Hello, everybody, and welcome to this MIMS Learning webinar on health inequalities in women. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm Rhiannon Ashman. I'm the Deputy Editor of MIMS Learning, and I'm so pleased that we have a panel of expert speakers for you tonight. Dr. Anita Sharma, Mr. Abdelmageed Abdelrahman, and Dr. Louise Newson. I'm delighted also that we've got a patient representative to speak with us, Siobhan Kennett, and shortly she'll tell you a little bit more about her experience. But first, I wanted to let you know a bit about the running order for tonight. So this webinar is focusing on health inequalities experienced by women, and we're going to hear presentations on endometriosis, pelvic floor disorders, and menopause. Now, we all know health inequalities is a vast area, but we've picked these three important aspects of women's health because, from talking to our experts, these are some key clinical areas where outcomes really could be improved for patients. So we hope that this webinar is going to give you some food for thought and that you'll come away with some practical tips and inspiration. So just some quick housekeeping then before we get underway. Each of our speakers will give a short presentation, about 10 minutes each, and then we'll move on to an open discussion amongst the panel and we'll be taking audience questions. So I would encourage you to submit any questions that you have for the panel, or indeed any comments or examples of good practice that you'd like to share. And you can do this at any point using the Q&A function. I'd also like to remind you that you can claim CPD certificates for attending this webinar, and your CPD certificates will be able to be found on completion within your CPD organiser at our website, mimslearning.co.uk. Now to our first speaker. So Majeed is a consultant gynaecologist and subspecialist in urogynecology at Liverpool Women's Hospital. And Majeed might be a familiar face for anyone who has attended a MIMS learning event in the past, having presented at several of our learning events. So thank you, Majeed, and over to you.
Okay, thank you very much, Rhiannon and Pat, for the kind invitation to speak to your audience. It's very grateful to have approximately, I think, about 60 people attending, which is really good on their evening off.